First of all, I thought about where I was going to film this for a very long time. The only place that made sense was to tell you my stories from my bed. It just made all of the sense. It really did. This is where it's happening. This is where it's at. I know, trust me, I didn't plan on this. We need to be just cool about it. We need to be chill. Okay, so basically things got super crazy when it came to uni stuff, and given that Jackson is doing animation as part of uni, he needed to pull back a little, which I was totally cool with and totally support him following his dreams and his passions. Go forth. And things are crazy for me too, don't get me wrong. But I still really want to do this. I still really want to share some stories with you guys because I've got some juicy ones. So I figured, what's the easiest way that I can do that while he's doing uni stuff? So on holidays, he will definitely be back helping me, but until then, I kind of had to figure out a way to do this on my own. And I didn't plan on ever getting back in front of a camera, but here we are. Yeah, without further ado, I'm just going to jump into this video, and any further explanation I'll probably put in the end. And yeah, here we go. So let me preface this story by telling you that when I was younger, I was a very bad kid, and I'm not really sure why. I just was. I used to lie, steal, get in fights, punch other kids, run out of bounds, and I honestly have no idea why I would do it. I just did. So after hearing this, it might not come as much of a surprise to you that I got my first detention when I was 5 years old. I was in prep. Have you ever heard of a prep getting detention? Probably not. So there was this girl. For the sake of the video, we're going to call her Emma. That might be her name, that might not be her name, but we're going to call her Emma. So Emma was the first friend that I made in prep, and I wasn't very good at making friends, and to be honest with you, kind of still not. Getting better, but I'm pretty rubbish. Being the horrible little child I was though, I would get annoyed with her very quickly. Have this whiny little voice, and she'd be like, let's play mums and dads, let's play mums and dads, blah blah blah. Like, I would just growl at her face and then go back to being cute. I couldn't deal. I just couldn't deal with her. And Emma, if you come across this video, look, I am sorry, but I was 5. So we're gonna have to let it go. One day during lunchtime, we're in the courtyard and I saw this dirty hanky on the floor. And look, I was a very bad kid, okay? So I pick up this dirty hanky and I shove it under her hat. And she just cries and runs away. And this is where I've got to pause it for a second, because I've got to explain myself. See, I don't remember doing it more than once, and I stand by that to this day. Why would she have stuck around for me to do it multiple times? It's not like I would have chased her. The lunchtime ends and we all run inside and we're all sitting around on the floor, legs crossed in front of the teacher, and she tells the teacher about my little hanky pranky, and the teacher makes me stand up in the middle of the room in front of all these little 5-year-olds who are looking horrified, like gasping, like how dare I do something so horrible. Come on. The teacher barks at me and is like, Alicia, did you put the hanky under Emma's hat? I'm standing there with my head lowered like a puppy who peed in front of its owner and was getting yelled at. I still told the truth. I said that I did it. So I should be in the clear here. But she looks at me with her eyes narrowed, like she is staring into my soul, and says, did you do it more than once? And like I said, I still to this day stand by my answer. I said no, I did not do it more than once. She called me a liar and sent me to detention anyway. You tell the truth, you get in trouble. You lie, you get in trouble. I say we all just stop talking to each other. See, and you might think this is where it ends, but it doesn't. Oh, okay. So I get into detention and there is me and one other kid. So he's a year 6, so he's one of the older kids. And so we're sitting there and his name is Daniel Cassar. Yes, same last name as me. And this teacher says to me, "Are you two related?" And I'm like, "No." And she goes, "That's funny. I thought bad behavior might just run in the family." Excuse me, lady. Who says that? Who actually says that? What? Again, you might think this is where the story ends, but it doesn't. So, as any 5-year-old would, my parents were told. I got in so much trouble. I cried so much that night. But my mum drove me to Emma's house, made me knock on the door, apologize, do all of that, went inside, and we just sat in her recliner seat watching The Lion King. It's how 5-year-olds make up, you know, to Hakuna Matata. So, yeah, that's the story of my first detention. Definitely wasn't my last, but was probably my most memorable. I'm sorry that this isn't what you guys expected. It's definitely not what I expected. I'm still enjoying telling you my stories though. And I'm so sorry if I sound really weird. I currently have tonsillitis. I would show you, but it's gross. So I won't do that. But I'm still really enjoying this. Even though I'm not loving having to actually show my face. I could just put a black dot right there, but I feel like that'll be weirder. So, any whoosies, like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications. All my links are down below. Still thank Jackson for the animatic that was there. And stay tuned for the next video. I'm so excited to share this video. Honestly, I have been wanting to share this story for the longest time. Because it's... So keep your eyes out. And yeah, just remember that even a really bad day makes a really good story. And if you have any really awesome stories that you want to share with me that I could possibly tell for you, that'd be awesome too. I love writing stories. So if you're like, hey, I've got this story that's really short and really weird, do you want to write it into like a proper story and tell it for me? Super down for that. But yeah, I still have no idea how I'm going to end these videos.